Absolutely, definitely. I just don't have it. We're definitely
Mike and I are our team. We impact our city daily.
Chucking Mike Rollins is the best thing that ever happened to Springfield, by far.
These guys probably saved hundreds of people's lives.
We're in the middle of 2016 and deaths are skyrocketing. You know, we're halfway through the year and just getting worse and worse. The heroin that is out now is just becoming more and more deadly. It's killing people at a tremendous rate. Me and Mike out here doing our thing, man, doing what we can do, you know, trying to help the people around us.
Mike got so caught up in helping other people that we left our own recovery on the back burner.
Ready? One day, as long as I'm still alive, one day, I'm gonna look back on this whole situation and say, I wouldn't change nothing about that, man.
We're not getting caught up in that bullshit. We're gonna do what the fuck it takes to recover.
This isn't how it started out. You know, it wasn't always like this. We grew up poor in government housing. My dad kind of out the picture. My brother and I was raised by a single mother. She had Mike and I when she was 40 years old. She's crippled with arthritis even then. So she literally could not physically deal with us at all. Nobody could control us. We did whatever we wanted.
I was poor. I was overweight. I was unattractive. I got attention from the girls in school by being a bad boy. Ultimate bad boy, drug dealer. That was my goal.
Like, you know, we was drug dealers, man, criminals, our whole lives. Drug addicts, drug users, involved in whatever crime we can get involved in. We enjoyed it. We thought that was how we would progress our lives. I mean, you know, me and Mike were just pieces of shit. And, you know, we changed, man.
So we're just gonna ride around here a little bit and look at, I'm gonna show you guys some of the worst neighborhoods and stuff here in Springfield. I guess from the numbers that I hear that this is the most affected area. We have the highest rate of this neighborhood right here that we're looking at, 80% drug affected, crime affected, all throughout here. Some of these neighborhoods were flourishing. These people worked a job and they made an income and they had happiness and you know, peace in their lives. You know, this neighborhood back here is just riddled with drugs. Any abandoned house like this one right here could potentially be a drug house or anything. They could be selling drugs in there and homeless people and drug addicts could be living in there. This street right here, it's just ridiculous. The street, you can barely even drive up this street because it is, it's just been forgotten. You see abandoned buildings, abandoned houses, doors wide open. If somebody needs a warm place to stay, somebody that's, you know, is drunk or doesn't have anything left and they're, you know, hooked on heroin or whatever, they just go in there and sleep. So, and then that you know, that provides a stressful environment for the neighborhood as well. It hurts. It's hard for us. It's hard for us as a family who've been on this street for 50, 60 years, and it's hard for the people that are trying to survive in this neighborhood. We look at these houses the same way we look at the clients. We want to take something that has been counted out, discredited, considered to be trash and garbage, and remodel it and revitalize it and bring it to a state of recovery so it's serving a purpose again. Like the guys that come in here and get recovery in our program, they develop purpose and passion. We would like to take these houses and we want them to have purpose and passion and provide safety. That house down there was my grandmother's house, that's my sister's house, and this is my house. Well, this is Gemini Reliance Recovery House now, the Maynard House. Me and my brother, Chuck, we acquired this house for $10,000. Come on, I'll show it to you. So we house 5 men. They are all recovering from alcoholism or addiction, whatever it may be. And what we do here is we provide safe, sober, structured living for these guys. We try to help them build some real stability in their life to where they can begin to rebuild. It took me and Chuck a year at least to get it into a livable state. When we acquired this house, it was completely abandoned. Addicts in this city, they steal the copper out of every abandoned house. So we were thankful that this place still had the copper, the water, and the electric. There was one room that was livable, and I moved in it. And I kept my door shut because there was a raccoon and a groundhog that lived in here with me for a while.
It was me.
This is long before you was here. So I got my son with me. We're getting her fixed up. Michael! We're only taking people that are really committed to recovery. We build a relationship with them, and then we begin to understand what their motivations are. And then we can work from there, you know.
We didn't just start doing this to help people. We started doing this to help our neighborhoods. You know, this house was an abandoned house. We're transforming our city one house at a time.
So Chuck's supposed to meet you here?
Yeah.
Will you ask him to grab this for me?
Yeah.
These guys probably saved hundreds of people's lives. You know, I was like one of the first 5 in here. And I stayed here for 9 months. Yeah. You know, pretty much saved my life. Well, I'd had to go back to the same neighborhood that I was in, and I'd have been back to using, you know. So if it wasn't for these guys, you know, I don't even know what I'd have done.
My little humble abode, it keeps me, I don't know, it's like my little place of solitude. Get my mind together, plan what meetings I'm going to, things like that. You know, staying in recovery. They like my shoes. I know right now if I didn't find this, I'd be dead. So I got this serenity, peace, and contentness in my life that I never thought, you know, I'd ever get back. Just caring about your fellow human being, having standards, just wanting to help one another.
We're gonna go to the bank and get DJ a bank account. Okay. Get him a bank account, get him a debit card. That way he can start you know.
First bank account, courtesy of Chuck Rollins.
Hey, first one, huh?
First one ever in my life. If Chuck wouldn't have gave me the chance to come to his house, I'd probably still be in the streets doing drugs. Chuck and Mike Rollins is the best thing that ever happened to Springfield, by far.
Oh, well, I do it because I have a personal interest and a passion for this. I'm a recovering addict myself, and I lived a life of crime and drug abuse for over 20 years. I've been incarcerated in the Ohio Penitentiary 4 times. I've been incarcerated for almost 10 years of my life. And I sought help through rehabilitation services, and now it's my calling. Now that I'll have 7 years off drugs and alcohol and free of a life of crime. I feel it's my personal responsibility to try to help this city that I helped to destroy for so many years.
But like I say, sometimes it just be hard to escape certain stuff because it's right there by you.
Yeah, it is.
You feel me?
It is.
Because like you might.
They say in NA, they say you got to change one thing, everything.
Everything.
Yeah. That's a magnitude of things right there.
When was the last time that you used?
Today. I've lost 30, 40 friends in the last 3 years over heroin. My mind thinks is like when I hear about somebody overdosing, my first thought is I want that dope. I don't want to die. By all means, I have 2 kids that I love dearly, but my disease will tell me like that's really good dope. That's the kind of dope we want. Like that's pure insanity.
What's going on?
I'm suffering from couch to couch. I'm homeless, and living like this. I know if I don't get help, I'm gonna end up dying.
Well, you know you're always welcome here.
Dan is a terrible. He is. As soon as he gets high, you can see it on his face. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a skeleton the minute he gets high. I mean, he's 26 years old. But when he gets high, that motherfucker looks like he's 45 years old, man.
You shot up there, what, yesterday? How are you feeling about today?
Excited, anxious.
We're gonna bring Dan up to Cornerstone. Cornerstone's another treatment facility here in Springfield.
Ready.
He was living in one of my houses on the Vivitrol shot, doing great. You know what I mean? Real, real witty. A pleasure really to be around because, you could just interact with him on a quicker level, and you see how he is now. He's just a mess.
I've been going to group and they got me a spot open, they got me a bed open. Where's my food at, Jordan? That's journalist 101. The person you're interviewing, you gotta buy him lunch, bub. What the fuck? No McDouble, no nothing, bub. What the fuck? Chuck, tell him journalism 101 states the person that you're interviewing, you gotta buy him lunch. My mindset is very different now. I know I have to change everything. And I mean everything.
I can't help but to look at my bike sometimes. What up?
Mike sat with Daniel for like 4 days, right?
Well, and that's something Mike understands is withdrawal, so he's been through withdrawal so many times. So, he had sat with Daniel, and I'm sure he sat with more than just Daniel while they sat in withdrawal on his living room floor. We're really trying to attack this epidemic, man. I got a really good friend. They were in active addiction when she was pregnant. They were using heroin, shooting up heroin with the baby. And me and Mike double teamed him. Mike went and got him and fucking strong-armed him into recovery. I went to her house. I didn't even know this woman. I went to her house and sat down on her bed and I said, get in the shower. We're going to treatment. I'm not leaving. Mike and I are our team.
No, we get ready to ride in the parade for recovery.
How many people we have with us?
I'm not real sure. Looks like about 65, 70, I don't know.
Just said we might need it.
It is very fulfilling. It takes someone from the depths of despair and guide them and enable them to grow and get into a state of recovery themselves. That, in a sense, is what has sustained my recovery throughout this last 6.5 years. 6.5 years. 6.5 years. 6.5 years. 6.5 years. I got in an accident in September. That knocked 50 pounds off of me. And they put me on pain medication, Percocets. And I was on that for 9 weeks. So it really all started back then when I had to take that pain medication. Hell, I was scared right from the get-go. I felt like, the disease of addiction, that's just how I'm gonna describe it. I felt the disease of addiction like prevalent in my life again. And me like losing control and being driven by like an urge to indulge in this behavior, like to get high and to feel that escape. And I got back to doing heroin off the street. Smoking crack and doing heroin. He's gonna be all right. He's got good support.
get him clean, get him off the street for a little bit, get him going back to meetings, you know, he'd be all right. People's gonna see that, you know? Like, damn, if Mike can relapse and tell on himself, even though he's this, that, doing this, that, and the other, damn, man, I can too, you know?
I mean, it's humbling. It's gonna be humbling. It's gonna be hard, but I just gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? One thing I could not do is live a lie, man. I can't. The shame and the guilt of me living a lie is worse to me than anything. You know what I mean? So I gotta expose it. I gotta go do this.
Hi.
I had 6 days clean. I ran into a girl with a bag full of meth that I hadn't seen for a long time. And I jumped off a 3 or 4 day binger. I don't know. I can't remember. It's gotten out of control, so I'm going to go to detox center somewhere in Westchester, Ohio. Michael, I love you. I'll see you in a little bit, all right? Be good for your Uncle Chuck. I don't know. A guy said to me I had to stop running on my own thoughts. He said I can't trust my own thoughts. When you're caught in this drug cycle, you can't trust your own thoughts. The heroin that is around here, it's fentanyl, heroin, carfentanil, whatever, so you never really know what it is. So you might have to do a lot of one batch of heroin, or you might only have to do a very little small amount of another batch, and they might look the exact same. But you never know what it really is until it enters your vein and you let go of that strap or whatever, and then it's too late.
It was surprising to me that he was shooting up heroin. I'm not gonna lie, that was real surprising to me, man. It's a real eye opener for me. So yeah, that makes me worried, you know, but like I said, he's been doing good since then, and relapse is part of recovery. I've said that many times before. As long as he just keeps doing the next right thing, then he'll be just fine.
I went from intensive outpatient to outpatient. Now I'm in aftercare, which is the final stage of my treatment facility. I'm working a full-time job. It's a big milestone for me. This is all my crap. When I first came to this house, I had that bag right there. If you'd have told me 8 months ago I would have had this stuff, I'd have called you a liar. Probably said I'd be dead. This came from a really good friend of mine's funeral. He overdosed and died. It's hard to believe he's gone, man. I've lost so many people to this disease, it's unrealistic. Sheesh, I got a lot of shit.
I packed 9 big trash bags, full.
I was telling Jordan when I came here, I didn't have shit. You're making me look dirty, bub. There's a lot of knick-knack shit.
Hey, I don't know how in the hell you got a cable box in here.
Can I get one of the TVs from Winthrop?
Yeah.
I really got a cable box in there?
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, I think that motherfucker knocked the hole through the wall to get it. Look at it. So if this gets to be too much, you gotta let me know quick so I can make arrangements.
So I can not feel it. Well, you know what I mean? If I have any problems, if I have problems, I mean, I know you can't solve anything because it's level 1, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
But to come and vent to you, I will. You know what I mean?
All right, shit. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Somebody broke into this truck. Well, they didn't break in, they just opened the door. But they ransacked it. And at first I walked up, and it's been dirty anyhow, so I was like, I don't know if anybody's been in there or not. But then this morning I seen they broke into a bag of protein right here. You know, they splashed, they probably thought it was some heroin or some coke or some shit, whatever. They thought they done found about fucking 9 ounces of heroin. Daniel He's been doing tree work, and they're making money, you know, and I hope they're doing good, but it just makes me nervous, you know what I'm saying? The tree game is so fucking funny, man, because there's just no structure to it. Through my years of working with a treatment facility and facilitating groups, I would always have about 70% of my group would be tree workers. So the guys make a ton of money, you can't tell them shit. So I thought, you know, maybe if I start a tree company for the guys that I know who want something different to work in a company, a safe, legitimate company, that it would be a really good thing. And, you know, we're getting that off the ground. We're really trying to attack this epidemic, man. First thing we gotta do is meet basic needs. And Mike and I do that with the housing thing. And then we're starting to meet some other needs, you know, starting to get people jobs and even creating jobs for people.
How's that going?
It's been rough, it's hard. I sold my Harley to start the thing. You know, my pride and joy. And I went out and I bought all new equipment because I didn't want to have stolen equipment or anything. I went out totally legit, got my crew together, explained to them that, you know, we'll be drug testing. We're working for the good of the cause, you know? So I know I can't be stopped, I can't be beat. Chuck has put a great plan together. If it all pans out, then, you know, we will be set, we'll be comfortable. This is a smoke-friendly gym. This is a retro gym. Man, for me and Chuck, I would say working out and, you know, building the mind, body, and soul as a whole, that's what I do for recovery. I gotta work out. That's how I get my, that's how I get my peace, my serenity. When you try to get clean and you're faced with obstacles in your life that you cannot overcome, the gym is a practice for that. If you know you can bench 150 pounds and we throw 175 on the bar, then that's a goddamn obstacle that you're going to struggle with to get through. And that's just a practice. It's just a physical practice so that when you come to an obstacle, oh, your dad hates your guts, and that's that fucking 175 pressing on. So you got to learn how to press that up off you and get on to the next one. And it really is just it's just a practice. It's just practice. Bruh, there's numbers on each one of them weights. It is not no add them up. If that's 400 pounds, I'm a monster.
Yeah. Are you high now?
Well, I don't know what you would consider to be high. I just shot up some cocaine, but I don't really feel high, but I've been using drugs for a couple days, so. I mean, I feel great, if that's what you mean, so I guess, yeah, that's probably high.
Where are you going now?
I gotta go pick this dude up and give him a ride.
Oh, okay.
My name's Brock, B-R-O-C-K. I'm from Springfield. You know what it is?
Light that weed up, man. I need that. I need to hit that shit, man.
That's gonna take you to the fucking moon. It's called bologna and cheese, bro. Straight from South Carolina.
Why they call it bologna and cheese?
This is bologna and cheese. It tastes like bologna and cheese, bro. You don't think? It's hard to get a job. And when you live in Springfield, Ohio, it's hard as fuck to not relapse. It's hard to get a job.
Jesse.
It's never hard to make money, though. So today, hope God blesses me with a decent one.
If you guys see any large chunks of cocaine laying around the car anywhere, let me get it. We're gonna split it. If I ever get pulled over like this, they'd be able to scrape enough shit off my carpet to charge me or something.
How you doing?
Good. I've been looking for you all morning. I just tried to call you.
Yeah, tell us why we shouldn't be there.
I smoke this and do the meth. I do whatever.
I like to shoot coke. That's my favorite.
They call me Twinkle Toes because I put a lot of mint on their toes.
The dude's gonna go in and do some shoplifting. I don't know if they're doing that to get drugs or what, but I had already kind of decided I was done for the day. I got this fucking fentanyl, which I hate to do, man, because I OD'd on it a couple days ago. Yeah, Sunday, I overdosed Sunday.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, luckily we had Narcan in the house.
So is fentanyl like easier to get than just straight heroin?
I don't even know if you can get heroin these days. Like real heroin, I don't know, man. Maybe you can't. Fentanyl's so cheap and so much more powerful.
What do I do if something goes bad?
Okay, you are familiar with basic CPR techniques, correct?
Yeah, but I don't have any idea.
Listen, this is all you gotta do, man. If anything happens to me, call 911 and tell them that I did heroin or fentanyl. More than likely it was fentanyl.
Mr. Michael's about to be here.
Seems that way.
Is it on?
No.
Mommy!
This ain't wow. That's some Reggie.
It is Reggie.
Hey, one more thing. If it's possible, can I drop Michael off to you? In fact, I probably need you to come get him. I don't even know if I got enough gas to get to the gas station. He gonna come get Michael, and I'm gonna try to figure out. Hey man, quit with that dramatic
I
bullshit.
don't want to go.
It don't matter.
It matters.
Ashley, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you not have enough common sense to be able to tell yourself, I just use drugs and it might be safer for my child to go somewhere else? You feeling that shit now, ain't you? Wow. Anytime, fucking make it some entertainment for you.
You too.
It's alright.
See?
I love you.
I love you too.
Jordan, how's your day going? Ugh.
Talk later.
A lot of people I know and shit have died and shit like that, but none of my close people have.
Yeah.
Now I got a lot of close people that's in active addiction right now. If they make it back, they got to start from ground zero. So now I'm trying to come in here and swoop everything up and see if I can't do something with them until they can get their fucking dumbasses back on track. Where's my goddamn pencil? I don't think. Ow.
What? you doing?
I gotta
right
clean
now?
this. I'm cleaning this room up.
Who's next?
They did have a dog in here. I bet it's all dog shit. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna get in the shower. I'm about to relax. We have a grill. We have a small propane grill. We need to get our chairs together. We need to get some tables together. Get a couple canopies. We got one with Tracy. Who's doing it? Me and you. Me and you right now. Like we're talking about it right now. So everybody thinks that this is the decline and the collapse of Gemini Reliance. You know how people's talking shit. So it is important for us to set this event off nice. You with me on that? Mm-hmm. But tomorrow's Tuesday, so if we started working on that tomorrow, we could get it done pretty nice.
Does it frustrate you that you're doing all this yourself and Mike's out?
No, not at this point. I was frustrated in the beginning because he was still like acting like he would do some stuff. And then I would depend on him to do it, and then he wouldn't do it. But at this point, I just already know he ain't gonna do it. So, I learned a long time ago, Jordan, you can never get mad at what you already expect.
You ready about half what you see on there, but
Yes, it is.
How you doing,
You
buddy?
all right, man?
We maintain.
Okay.
I made up my mind that I need to do something. So I'm gonna go to the Mercy Room tonight. So I don't really want to wait no couple days or anything. So
you're going tonight?
Yeah.
You told me if I got a year sober that you would get me a Big Mac, and today I got that motherfucker. Today is a year and one day. I remember a year ago my mom didn't want nothing to do with me. I'm able to give my mom money. She calls me up if she needs, like the other day she called me up like, can you come put this wind chime up on my balcony? My mom looks at me and I can see how proud of me she is.
You know about Mike and all that. How does that make you feel? Like,
man, I'll never forget that day. My fucking heart fell to my feet. Like I felt like I got smacked in the face for real.
Yeah.
And man, I love that man to death. It just goes to show you that it's a lifelong fucking disease. Like we struggle with this every day for the rest of our lives. If I don't do what I gotta do, that's what I'm looking forward to, you know what I mean? To get all this progress to lose it.
But I got a great sunset view, though. The obsession to get high was so strong, man, that once I allowed it to be reality in my mind, there was no stopping it. And that's the powerlessness that they talk about in the 12-step programs. They say we're powerless over our disease of addiction. If I got it in my mind right now that I was going to get high today, then there would be nothing that would stop me other than jails, institutions, or death. So once I realized that I had really gotten to that point, man, that's when I finally started having some acceptance with going to a treatment facility, which freed me. I'll never give up.
I'll never give it up because it's what I believe in. It's what I'm passionate. It is honestly what I live for. Is to try to help people get off drugs and stay clean. I wouldn't change anything about my past because everything that happened to me in my past got me to where I am today, right? Guess what? Tomorrow, today is gonna be my past, bro. One day, as long as I'm still alive, one day, I'm gonna look back on this whole situation and say, I wouldn't change nothing about that, man. Because it made me who I am. It has enlightened me to another aspect, more insight within me of who I am and what I need to do to become a better man and more effective at trying to spread the word of recovery and trying to help people get into a better life. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna help me have more understanding.
Just realize that it's not Michael that's being mean to you. It's just, you know, it's his other side.
I realize that. I realize that now. It's crazy because I've been doing this for 2 years, working with recovering addicts for 2 years, working with them closely, and man, it's really different when it's so close. Like,
yeah, it's hard. I mean, he's your twin. I mean, you know.
I mean, I've thought about drinking several times, but I just know that it's not. It's just gonna make things fucking worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how bad today is, it is not going to get better if I fucking get high or drink. That is not going to make it better at all.
All right, now tell me where you're at, Mike.
So I'm in a treatment facility, McKinley Hall, 42-day program. Back here's my room, sharing a room with 3 other guys. Me being here serves a big purpose, man. It's taking me away. It's helping me ease the obsession and the compulsion to use drugs.
How do you feel in the first week?
I feel wonderful. I feel great. I feel like I never used drugs. I feel like the relapse never even happened. I feel confident. I feel like this is the beginning of a new era. I'm embracing it. Thank you. I'm just going to sit tight and go through the pain, go through the discomfort. I got to get back to my child. The only thing that can make me even moderately comfortable about this is because I know that he's in good hands with Chuck. I just want to be able to be better for him. Ready? So I'm just going to get back on trying.
Thank you. Is this gonna be on the newspaper?
What are you doing, Baby G?
I gotta pay Baby G real quick. He cuts my grass. He's a good kid. I've known his parents I've known his dad since I was 3 years old. And Baby G is a product of his environment, Bobby. And he really is. Hopefully he's here. He's probably out running somewhere, but fuck, I got his number. He's like 10. Last time I tried to hunt him down, my girl's like, you ain't never gonna find him. He's probably up in one of these abandos, you know, turn it into a clubhouse. And I said, well, look for an abandon with a nice cut grass and shit. That'll be where he's at, because he cuts grass real good and shit. We need some shit. What up, though? Now, you didn't do no weed eating, right? Okay, that's for this week and next week, all right? And then we'll start weed eating, not next week, but after that, all right? All right, you doing all right? Yeah. Okay, good. Hey, get the fuck out of my line.
His electric scooter.
Him and another guy left res together. They both were using together. They both went to treatment together. They both left treatment together. One of them will wind up dead. He ain't done using drugs, guarantee you that. Because they come out here, get high, damn near kill themselves, Then they want to get treatment. And then they go to treatment, get to where they're not about to die, and then they fucking want to go back out and run again. That's just where Mike's at. That's exactly where he's at. Strength in my own recovery will see this because, bro, he knows better. You know what I'm saying? He fucking knows better. But as soon as he starts getting high, he just absolutely can't see it.
I was on my way to work with one of my house managers, which is Charles Rollins, and his brother was with us, and we was on our way to Germantown outside of Kettering, and he had fell into some kind of a sleep.
It was a pretty long ride, so, you know, I didn't think nothing about Mike falling asleep or even the other guy if he fell asleep. So, and I look over at him, and there's a line of drool about the size of my finger, man, coming from his lip to his shirt. And it's like solid. It's like gel. It's not even like water. So like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what in the fuck? This dude's sleeping for real.
And by the time we had got to the job site, we had realized that it was an apparent overdose. I think I was doing CPR. I was out of breath at least a good 15 to 20 minutes before the paramedics had gotten there. And he had pretty much died on us.
Just dead as hell. And like, you know, you're sitting there looking at him and I'm thinking, well, he's on the other side of death at this point. So now, if we don't do something to get him back over to this side, it's over with.
They took him to the hospital from there, and we had went there and waited 4 or 5 hours, I do believe, until they released him. But luckily he pulled through.
Yeah, that's the first person I've ever seen in a full-blown overdose like that. I know he already knows. So why isn't he doing what he's supposed to do, what he knows works, to stop using drugs and ruining his life? That's the part that I'm struggling with. That is the real part that I struggle with.
I don't worry about anything. I learned a long time ago when I read in the Bible it said that worry is a sin. Did you know that, Donald? Yes.
So you haven't been doing like heroin or fentanyl?
Not since that last overdose. I've done it one time. Since that last overdose, I don't do that. It'll kill you. It'll kill me.
What's up with your arm?
I got an abscess in my arm right now. Right now, I got $50 waiting to go take this washer and dryer to him, trying to figure out how I can get this washer and dryer delivered and get this 50 so I can go get high again.
When was the last time you got high?
Right about 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna sell this washer and dryer, go get me $50 worth of cocaine, and shoot it up. Then try to figure out how to get my next $100 worth of cocaine. I might try to take a little break. I don't know how I'm gonna keep funding my spree anyway. Yeah, me and little mama up here in the casino. We already up 600.
You know, now he's got a bunch of money. I guess he won some money at the casino and shit. Came home with thousands of dollars. And as soon as he got back to Springfield, wanted to beat me down for the $300 I owe him. Now he knows I only make fucking $200 a week. I borrowed the $300 to get my motorcycle out of the shop because he broke it while he was riding it. Dude, you do a drug that kills you. It's killed him more than once. So obviously he doesn't care enough about himself to not do it. So having said that, you almost don't even have to mention it, but he doesn't care about anything else. Nothing. You know, that's not a personal attack against him. I think that's probably how everyone in active addiction is, but it's just, I'm getting a good first-hand taste of it. It's rough. Just causing me a lot of fucking anxiety. You know, Mike and I already started this thing, working against the fucking decades
that we already were drug addicts and fucking criminals, getting to some kind of a place where people fucking trust us and believe in what we're doing, and then he just throws it all away like it ain't shit just to get high. You know? Now I gotta stop and pick up the pieces. So while he's at the fucking casino making thousands, I'm fucking writing letters, calling people, reassuring the people that we work for that, you know, I'm not using and fucking getting high with him. Because everybody thinks I'm getting high with him. Well, fuck, I ain't getting high with him. Fuck no. I didn't get high with him when I used drugs that much. I'm trying to keep together everything that him and I both worked so fucking hard for, you know. While he tries to destroy it, I'm gonna continue to try to hold it together. Maybe his fucking dumb ass will stop using drugs, get some help, and get back in this thing. It hurts me so deep. And to think, every single person I deal with, every person we do an assessment on, offer treatment for, give a ride to, they've all been affected just like that. You know, and even after all this shit that's happened that he's done, man, I still got him if he just gets back. Like, and I think it's not even I got him, I still got his back, you know, up against all the critics, the people who don't think he's shit or never was shit or never could be shit. I still got his back against all those people. I've still held him down with all the people that we're involved with on a business aspect. They understand where he's at, you know what I'm saying? Still got him, still good with my board of directors. He's still good, you know what I'm saying? If he just gets back. Right now, we're bringing Mike to Christopher House in Xenia. It's an inpatient recovery treatment facility.
I lost about 35 pounds in my last big binge, like the last couple months that I was out there. I went to the doctor 1 week, I weighed 245. I went back the next week, I weighed 232. I lost 13 pounds or so in a week. Checking in today to the Christopher House. Extended treatment as far as I'm concerned, long-term. Life right now is good. I've been clean for 3 days. So right now I feel really good. I feel great. I'm excited about getting back into recovery again at another point in time.
Well, yeah, recently, what was it, probably a week and a half ago, Mike and the girl he was hanging with was getting high, doing coke. I guess they finally ran out of coke, so they got to where they was gonna do some heroin, did a little bit of heroin, OD'd again, both of them. So, you know, I think Megan actually, she OD'd and went to the hospital. Mike went to get her out of the hospital, got high in the hospital bathroom, and OD'd as they were leaving the hospital. He's been with me for 3 days now. He hasn't used drugs for 3 days. He's been clear. He's been communicating on the level that I know Mike, that the Mike I know for the last 2 days, you know. We drove down here, we talked on the way. I believe he'll go in there and do well. I think Mike's ready to get his life back, man. The day he left, we went in there, we caught the graduation, like, man, there's like 16 dudes in there. And they're all telling Mike how he has impacted their lives, and you know, it was emotional, man. And like these guys are talking and it was just all that again. And I'm like, Mike, I know Mike sees how important he's been to these guys' lives in 45 days, man. I told Mike, I said, you know, come live with us. Let's me and you, we'll just hang, we'll get back to the roots of this thing.
I feel really stable. I'll come back here and stay with Chuck. We're gonna get another tree service up and running. Excited about getting back to sober life. It's been a hard year, off and on. I have full confidence that everything's gonna come out all right, but god damn, it's fucking hard. I'm not responding well to my loved ones, you know what I mean?
And like everybody wants shirts, so like people's messaging me in my inbox, how do I get shirts?
I don't know, maybe after it's all said and done, I'll learn and grow from it.
I'll be glad when this week is over, Jordan.
I could sit back for a minute and you know. So.
You and Mike, you guys taught me how to be a man and how I need to handle things.
Halloween. Oh, Spider-Man. Remember that, remember that. Yeah, I remember that, my machete.
He left. I mean, we left on good terms. He said he wasn't done. But when he was done, he'd come back and he went to Pittsburgh to do tree work, and that was the end, man. A few days later, they found him dead, man. They found him dead in Pittsburgh at a Motel 6, died of an overdose. Mike he's so wild, man. I always knew he would die, you know, way before me, but not this soon, you know. He just left me, left me all alone. You know, he had a lot to offer, and he threw it all away. Left kids out here, you know, depending on him, me depending on him, you know, half his damn city depending on him, man.
It's a beautiful day to be clean, man, and there is not a day that goes by that I will not think about him.
Him and Chuck took me in off the streets. Fuck, the jail wouldn't even take me. And they gave me a shot, man, and they believed in me. And I know for a fact, if it wasn't for them two guys, I wouldn't be standing here. I tried to commit suicide with an overdose. I remember posting something on Facebook saying, I'm done with life. I'm gonna go kill myself. And I remember Chuck and Mike got in their cars and went to every abandoned house looking for me. And when I was unsuccessful at killing myself, Mike came and picked me up. And I withdrawed on that man's floor for 4 days. He would not leave my side until he got me into McKinley Hall. And I owe that man my life. I owe Chuck my life. This death has been so hard for me. There wasn't a time that you could be going through the worst situation and get in the car with Mike, and when you left that day, you were happy. That man could put a smile on the Wicked Witch of the West's face. He truly was something special, and I know that I'm not the only person whose life he touched. And I'm gonna miss him dearly, and I know we all are. Thank you.
It's just nuts. His story is Mike got clean and had 7 years clean, man. He was hit on his motorcycle, not his fault. Someone ran a red light and hit him. He was put on prescription pain pills, and a year later, he's dead. You know, maybe giving him 80 fucking 30 milligram Percocets was a bad idea at the time. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a doctor call, but I'm pretty sure it seems pretty obvious that he shouldn't have had 80 fucking Perc 30s. So now I'm just doing this shit on my own, man. Just the other day, I had my fiance borrowed my truck and I didn't have a ride. And 3 guys in recovery picked me up. These is 3 guys that's been in my houses. And they're all doing good, on the way to the gym, living a good life, giving me a ride. And I thought, man, you know, that's the one thing that makes me still want to do this shit.
All right, we'll get you over there, get you doing some tree work. All right, we're gonna get you over there. We're gonna get you suited and booted. We're gonna get you on the tree team, and everything's gonna work out real well.
I wouldn't be where I'm at without him or his brother. And that's just keeping it real. This city's filled with addiction. To me, Chuck is like a preacher. The whole 43 months I've known Chuck, every day it's something new with him. He gives us options, and he helps us with addiction. He helps us with being clean and sober. And that is awesome.
How's the tree business doing?
Tree business is doing very well. Pays all my bills, takes care of everything. That's a blessing. 100% wonderful blessing, man. Biggest blessing of my life is this tree business. It was Mike's idea to get into the tree business, and it was a damn good idea. I wish he could have held on and got to experience this with me, you know what I mean? I think about it every day, all the time. You know, we actually have, I'm not rich by no means, but I actually have enough money to where I'm not, you know, suffering from anxiety over paying bills, you know what I mean?
Hi, my name is Chase, and I work for the tree guys. And my brother doesn't know how to do anything.
He's very close to getting fired on a daily basis.
What's this? What's this?
How old are you?
9.
You're 9 now?
Yeah.
Do you remember, when did I first...
I was like 5 years old. That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, right?
I don't
remember that. I don't even remember when you first came around.
I had my dad's dragon on my arm.
The tattoo?
Yeah. Then I'm gonna have like Rollins and then Michael right here in Japanese. Maybe the dragon might be in the second one. Or the eagle.
Oh yeah, the eagle?
Yeah, in
Eagles.
the Gemini Reliance side.
Yeah, that was
So
cool.
right here. Yeah, I like that one.
This clutch is bad, Charlie. This clutch is going bad, and we're just getting everything we can get out of it. Because I don't know how to weld, though, so.
It was a big transition to move from a city where there's so much crime and to coming out to the country. It's challenging for me to be in Springfield because I've used on every street and almost every store and building in that city.
I gotta dress like a country boy. If I dress like I do in Springfield, they'll pull me over. Fairborn Zenith don't fuck around, dude. If I don't have a fucking Browning hat on with a rifle hanging off of it and a flannel shirt and some tight-ass Levi jeans, they pull me the fuck over.
When Mike passed, it really fucked me up, and you know, I learned from that. Like, Mike was my fucking role model. He was my best friend. I got a job at a treatment facility. For real, it felt like Mike was with me at all times. Like I was helping people, you know. One of the HR people told me that I had to take a drug test, and I took the drug test. She said I had a faint line for meth, and they fired me right on the spot, which was fucking devastating. To have 2 years clean and to be doing something you're passionate about and helping other addicts, to be told that you're being fired for using drugs when I know I hadn't put shit in my body in over 2 years, it fucked me up. I couldn't see anything positive in my life, and I got to a point where I was so depressed, I said, fuck it, and I relapsed. I relapsed with 26 months clean.
my perception of recovery is definitely not what it used to be. It's not something that I think anybody can even just say, like, this person, like, if someone is making a positive attempt at doing better, then they are in recovery, okay? And that's all there is to it. If they're still using drugs, but they're using less drugs, they are in recovery. And they deserve the respect that people who are in recovery, who are succeeding even better, they deserve the same respect.
Everybody's story is different in recovery, and as addicts and as people. I'm in therapy for the sexual abuse that I went through as a child. There, you know, for me, every negative thing that happened to me as a child laid the foundation of what my life is going to be. I never truly got into really getting to the core of what happened to me as a kid and accepting and letting it go. Today I have 52 days clean. I know if I stay clean and keep that positive attitude, like, there's nothing I can't accomplish. I have a beautiful fucking life. To come from where I've came from in addiction, I mean, to have a nice, genuine, good-made bookshelf with a shit ton of books on it, bro. Like, it's fucking insane to think. I have a fucking ceiling fan that will turn on and blow air, man. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking ripping copper out of my walls to go scrap it to get one more, you know? You know, I don't have to do that shit no more.
There you go.
Got something? Got action, baby.
Yeah, stand that for a second.
How have you stayed so positive?
I'm just wired that way, man. Because sometimes even I say to myself, like, man, who in the fuck are you kidding? You know what I'm saying? Like, how could this be any worse? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'm just lucky. I always can see the brighter side of things, man. I don't fucking know why.
It goes back to Mike. I owe so much to that man for being the friend that he was and never giving up on me, to show me, like, I can get clean and stay clean and live a beautiful life. You know, he was one of the main people in my life that helped me see that. The last thing I want to say is rest in peace, Mike Rollins. Rest in peace to all the people that we've lost, all the family members, all the children, all the mothers and fathers, grandparents, parents, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, daughters, sons. Rest in peace, y'all.
Daniel, he's trying his best. For people to be saying what recovery's supposed to look like and what it is and what it's supposed to be is just stupid and ridiculous, man. And no one's recovery looks the same. My own goddamn recovery don't look the same as the next man's. And you know, I don't know. I think the only person who truly knows if they're succeeding in the recovery, if they're living a good life, they're healthy, and they're satisfied and content with their life, then they're winning.
Did you get that? Hey, Dad, there's a way to test your peg.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Recovery is a long, hard road. It can wind up good, it can wind up bad. We gotta paint the picture, the real picture, to where people can see it.
Are you in a place where you can talk, man?
Yeah, now I am.
I gotta come real with it. Oh, buddy, I just want crack for 2 days. Jordan?
Like, fucking hell, like, you know, like, the thing is like, I know you've gone through a lot of shit, and, like, man, it feels like the same thing with, like, when Mike first came out and told us. And if you go through that same shit, man, like...
Here's the thing, man. I'll never smoke crack again.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? That was a mistake. Don't worry about me, alright? I want you to write this in the story, and in the end, It's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. You got the real deal, buddy. I'm telling you with all honesty, I have not done cocaine in 11 years. I never have lied to you, and I never will. All right, man.
All right, bye.